It was a troubling time on the island of Sodor. First, a nuclear bomb had been dropped, destroying everything in its path. Then, a zombie apocalypse broke out and basically turned Sodor into a hunting ground for the dead. There were few people who survived. Two of those were Thomas the Tank Engine and the Fat Controller. One day, the Fat Controller had made a decision. "Thomas," said the Fat Controller, "it's clear to me that both of us cannot survive in these conditions, but I believe only one can. So I've decided to eat your face and eyeballs because they're the most edible parts you have that's not made of metal. Then I shall use your body as shelter and armor." Thomas didn't like the sound of that at all. "No, I'm not going to let you use me for your own self." The Fat Controller was very cross upon what he had heard. "Very well, Thomas," he suddenly spoke out. "If you won't sacrifice yourself to me, then we shall fight to see who survives." The Fat Controller jumped towards Thomas, but then fell over due to the fat he was carrying. Thomas put his wheel on top of the controller. "So, Topham Hatt," Thomas said victoriously, "I'll tell you what I said to Henry during my branch line days. You're too fat, you need exercise." And with that, Thomas ran over the Fat Controller and ate his remains. He even ate the Topham Hatt's bankrupt Twinkies that were stuffed inside his hat. The only thing he left behind was all the diabetic fat that he had carried all of those years. Later, Thomas went out hoping to find more supplies at home. Suddenly, he spotted a zombified Jam Core running towards him. "My God," screamed Thomas. "Jam Core's infected. Eat lead." And he took out his rifle and shot Jam down. Then he saw three people coming to him. They were from the British National Guard. "Hooray, I'm saved!" he whistled cheerfully. But soon all was lost. One minute he was intact, and the next one of the troops took out a rocket launcher and blew the E-2 shunter up. Luckily, no one was hurt, except for Thomas, of course, who died shortly after. Soon, with the power of being unsubtle, and the power of magic, of course, all the radiation was gone, and the Fat Controller's son, Stephen, who is all not that fat, took over the railway. Since all the engines who originally worked on the island had ceased to exist, the new Fat Controller purchased another engine to help with reconstruction. Since then, Sodor is now officially a part of the United Kingdom. But that's another story.